If these bloody foreigners are going to come over here, then they should bloody well respect the way we do things.
Calm down?
No, I'm not going to calm down until I get my full fare.
Do you have any more money?
Forget it, she doesn't speak a word of English. Oh, not the bloody dictionary again. No English, no money, and she can scab her. Free left all the way from Melbourne bloody airport.
She did offer you $80, didn't she?
And my fare's $150.
Yeah.
And then she tried to pawn her bracelet off me, for Christ's sake. We're not in the marketplace now, lady.
Just keep it down, will you, mate?
You got that word sussed, haven't you, you freeloader?
Daughter.
Already know that. She's looking for a daughter.
Please.
And I've already told the girlie over here.
No, mate, you didn't tell the girlie, you told the constable. She's a police officer.
She jumped out of my cab without paying for the fare and then just left me standing there like a stale bottle.
Please. Daughter, córka moja.
Daughter. I already know she's looking for a daughter.
She asked to be taken to a specific address, mate.
Currawong Street, number 11. People's names are Leo and Max. She's got it written in a tight little bloody purse of hers on a piece of paper. McPhee, Leon McPhee.
All right. Give me the paper.
Please, help. Daughter. Please, pomóżcie mi ją znaleźć. Przyjechałam z Polski, żeby ją tutaj poszukać.
My daughter Danusia came here as an exchange student 2.5 months ago.
Danusia zgodziła się dzwonić do mnie 3 razy w tygodniu.
Danusia agreed to ring once a week, which she did for the first 3 weeks.
5 tygodni w ogóle nie słyszę od niej.
But she hasn't called for
Pewna jestem,
5
że coś się
weeks now.
stało. Musiało coś jej się stać.
I'm worried that something's happened to her. I'm sure something's happened to her.
Well, she seems to be handling it all fairly calmly. Seems practical enough to me.
Look, I'm afraid this one isn't much help either. This second photograph, I mean, she's too far. It's profile.
To jest córka moja.
And that's you. But surely these McPhee speak English.
Well, she's not here anymore.
Well, can you tell us where she is, Mr. McPhee?
Still at the Barneses, as far as I know. She's staying with a mate of hers.
I see. Do you have their address?
Yeah, well, the wife normally takes care of things like this, but she's not here right now. But just hang on a tick.
Oh, so I understand that Danusia's mother paid you a visit.
Yeah. Oh, you see, that was Danusia's mother.
Well, what was that about?
To be honest, I didn't make the connection. I mean, the taxi driver was yelling.
Faye, the woman, Danusia's mother, was she asking for her?
Yes, I did try to tell her where she'd moved to, but she didn't understand. It was all very confusing.
Right. Well, if we could just have...
Yeah. Is Danusia all right then?
Well, we're just trying to locate her, sir, that's all.
All right, no worries.
Oh, sorry to get you up. Oh, excuse me. Is this the Barnes' residence?
Yeah.
Your name?
Jason.
Jason, this is Detective Hashem.
How are you, Jason? Is your mum and dad in?
No, they're away.
Well, maybe you can help us. We're looking for a Danusia Gazinski.
She doesn't live here.
You know where she is?
Yeah, she lives with some people called the McPhees.
McPhee.
This is absolutely useless. I mean, she reckons it's not a very good photo. The trouble is it's not recent enough. The kid's about 16 now. What we really need is somebody who can speak Polish.
Yeah, we've got to find the organisation that Danusia did the exchange to as well.
Hey, what about me? I'm the one who came in with a problem here. I've got a business to run.
Cooper, take care of Mr.
Hey, I'm
Stavros,
talking to you lot. What am I, a block of flats? I'm not leaving until I get...
Oh, you know it's going, but there's just so many programs operating. I don't suppose Mum can point us in the right direction.
Charades only work up to a point, you know. Is anybody in town Polish? Do we know any Polish?
Yes. Now, what about Victor?
He's Russian.
Well, they're right, with the vet. What's his name? The vet.
Tibor, no, he's Czech or Hungarian, I think.
Why don't you give the paper ring?
Thank you very much.
The manager of Coles.
No, Poles, not Coles.
Right, he's on the line. And there's been reports of shoppers' purses going missing, so he wants us to go and check it out.
All right, I figure.
Oh, look, calm down, you young punk.
Cooper, why don't you go with McKinley? Mr. Stavros, I will not have you talking to my staff like that. Now, please, take a seat and kindly shut up.
Look, mate, I'm entitled. I'm not budging on principle.
I've got something. Yvonne's given me a name, a Mrs. Wright from an
This is how it
organisation
was.
called
I'm
the
going to get the
SEA.
union on you.
Well done, association. I'll look it up.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
have a look.
All right, so you're looking after her because she's a woman, are you? What have I got to do? Grow jugs?
Do you mind? Sit down.
Wait till the TWU gets a rocket up you.
Rocket Rob Molesky. He's a Pole, bloke over at St David's.
Rocket Rob Molesky.
Mrs. Kaczynski, this is Senior Constable Robert Molesky from St David's. I'll let you do the talking.
Thanks. Starszy policjant Robert Mileski. Jestem tutaj, żeby pani pomóc.
Pan mi z nieba spadł, panie Milecki, jak anioł stróż.
We coppers get caught a lot of names, but really guardian angels.
So, Mrs. Wright, you have no idea that Danusia had moved to the Barneses?
No, she didn't contact me about any move.
I don't get it. Aren't you supposed to know where the students go?
Well, up to a point. About 30% of students tend to change host families.
Do you know the Barnes family, Mrs. Wright?
I'm not sure that I do. Did Francis McPhee say how Danusha met them?
Oh, no, well, we only spoke to Mr. McPhee.
You haven't spoken to Francis? Oh, well, there you go.
Would she know the Barneses?
Well, I don't know. What I'm saying is that Leo, well, he's a sweetie and all, but it's Francis who's got her finger on the pulse. Leo probably just misunderstood you somehow. I'm sure it's nothing more than that.
We were both very disappointed when Danny decided to leave.
Do you have any idea why she moved to the Barneses, Mrs. McPhee?
We just assumed she wanted to be with her friend. You know, someone her own age.
With their son?
Jason? No, she was very friendly with Mandy, though. They went to Our Lady of Mercy together. I suppose she could have been friends with Jason, too, though. He was only a year or two older than his sister. We don't have any children of our own, see.
Mrs. McPhee, did she seem happy being here?
We thought so. Danny was always a quiet girl. I don't know if it was a language difficulty or not, but she chose not to speak a lot, particularly towards the end.
Couldn't compete with Francis.
Thanks very much for your help, Mrs. McPhee. Appreciate that.
If there's anything more we can do...
We'll be in
Sure.
touch.
Thank you.
You will let us know if you find Danusha. won't
Yes,
you?
sir, we will indeed. Thank you.
Oh, Mrs. McPhee, is there anything at all that you can think of that might help us find Danusha?
There is one thing I haven't mentioned. I don't know if it's a Polish thing or not, but I must say that Danusha wasn't always modest in her dress about the house.
Oh, and that caused problems for you and your husband?
Oh, I don't know. Let's just say she's young and maybe we were a bit fuddy-duddy for her.
Ivana says Danusha was at Our Lady of Mercy for 4 weeks and then they broke for school holidays.
Which makes sense. Mandy probably invited her over to stay for the holidays.
Well, it tells us the date Danusha left the McPhee place, 13th of June.
Ivana said she had mentioned Mandy in their phone conversations. Well, she was happy to have found a good friend. But in the last call, Ivana noticed she was a little bit distressed about something. And that was 5 weeks ago.
Right, Max, we're going to need to talk to Mandy Barnes. You get onto that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but has she actually attended any
help
classes
yourself to
there
a cuppa
since
or
she
whatever.
arrived?
The lunches are coming soon, aren't they, Schultz?
Yes, look, hang around a day or two, Rocky, get some cappuccino. That's the one we're getting.
Oh, it's a little beauty. Yes, we're getting a cappuccino machine espresso.
Very continental.
All right, thanks for the information. Bye-bye. The manager from Coles Supermarket says that the purses have been going missing from the shoppers' trolleys, so he thinks it's a customer.
All right, you two can set up an OT for tomorrow night.
See them all?
Not now. Now, PJ, Danusha did attend Our Lady for the first term, and so did Mandy Barnes. But since the holiday break, they've both transferred to Mount Thomas High. Now, Mount Thomas High say yes. Mandy did start at the beginning of the last week, but no sign of Danusha Kozinski.
Hello. Hey, I just spoke to Jessica, and it is on for tomorrow night, so can you still make it?
Sure, yeah.
Well, don't sound so
Meet
excited.
Ivana, Stacey. Ivana's over from Poland.
Yeah, and I'm from Messenden.
Yes, Stavros, we can tell that by your manners, mate.
Exchange.
Oh, really? I knew someone who did one of those.
She doesn't speak English, Stacey.
Really? It's probably just as well, because a person I know had a terrible experience a couple of years ago in South America. She's still having counselling.
What happened?
Well, the family she lived with were drug dealers, and she was almost murdered. And then she had to switch families, and someone shot at her on the street.
Stacey, don't exaggerate.
It was a total nightmare. Well, she didn't know what to do. She was young.
Who was it?
McKinley.
Boss?
We need some up-to-date photographs of Danusha. Why don't you pop over to Our Lady of Mercy and see if they've got a school photo?
Do you know, Richard Elliott used to take those
Then
photographs.
give Richard Elliott a
Elliot,
call and get him to send us a couple of prints.
Thanks a lot. PJ, nothing from the consulate or immigration, which means the girl's still in the country.
Oh, great. That narrows the field down by a few continents. Well, maybe, as Stacey said, she's getting shot at. Dash, it's Mount Thomas, not South America.
Stacey's not a reliable source, is she?
No.
Look, she's just a kid. If she was that unhappy, surely she'd confide in somebody, a mate.
All right, we'll get over to the high school. We're to Mandy Barnes, eh?
Dad lost his job at the abattoirs the week before last. That's why I'm back here. Couldn't afford the school fees at Our Lady anymore.
Right, so Danusha decided to change schools too?
Yeah, she said she wanted to hang out with me. We were friends.
But you're not anymore?
She kind of took off. I guess she decided to go back to Our Lady. Maybe the McPhees or something to do.
Well, she's not with the McPhees anymore, Mandy. Were you aware of that?
No.
Mandy, did she tell you that she was moving back to the McPhees or say why she was leaving?
No, I just left.
When was that?
Weekend before last.
So that'd be what, about the 29th, end of the holidays?
Yeah.
You guys have a spat about something?
No. And she and Jason got on quite well, did they?
Yeah, we had fun together. Most of the time.
But you have your ups and downs, right?
Sometimes.
For instance?
I don't know. Australia was never good enough for her. Like, apparently we don't have locks on our bathroom doors.
But did she say why she wanted a lock on the bathroom door?
No, but she was obsessed. While she was living at the McPhee, she even asked me the English word for lock. Took me to the bathroom to point it out.
While she was living at the McPhee's?
Yeah.
So, you work at home and Mrs. McPhee's work takes her out a lot. Is that right?
Yeah, well, that's the disadvantage of sales rep work, I guess.
Right. Now, it says in this report here that you were keen for a male student, that you're a keen fisherman.
Well, yeah, I like to fish, but that's just Frances fussing too much, I think. I didn't care who we got.
No, Frances tends to fuss, does she?
Well, you know how women can be. I don't mean to be sexist, but I'm sure her intentions are good.
Well, your wife mentioned that sometimes Danusha might have dressed a little immodestly around the house. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Danusha was always very proper. Overly so, if anything.
Well, why would your wife say that, sir?
I've no idea.
And a friend of Danusha's also said that, well, she was experiencing a lack of privacy. She felt uncomfortable. You get me? Uncomfortable, especially in the bathroom.
I don't see why.
Are you spying on her, Leo? Is that why Danusha left?
Look, I sometimes scrubbed the girl's back in the bath. She wanted me to. She asked me to, in fact. It was nothing more than
Where's
that.
Danusha, Leo?
I don't know, Mr. Hasham, really, I don't.
Day.
Look, I'm telling you the truth. I've told you the truth all along. That bathroom thing, it was totally innocent.
It's harassment.
It wasn't harassment. She enjoyed it, for God's sake. I just scrubbed the girl's back. And she always thanked me.
Always thank you. So this was a regular occurrence, was it?
It was something we enjoyed together. She liked it.
She wanted a lock on the doors, sir.
No.
You enjoyed it. Now listen to me. She was under your care, Mr.
If anything,
McPhee.
this is harassment.
Yeah, well, where is she, Leo?
I don't know.
Well, I think you do, sir.
PJ.
You can't go in that hard, PJ. There is nothing solid to hang it on.
He's admitted it. He's been touching her up in the bathtub.
He has admitted to washing her back. It's not enough. Now, obviously, the guy's a pervert, but let's leave that for the time being. Let's find the girl first.
He's our lead.
He is not budging.
She thanked him. But get out of this.
She may have thanked him. Look, just leave it for the time being, will you? Let McPhee go home and stew in his own juice for a while. This morning, you wanted to follow up on the Barneses. I say go down that road.
He's a sleazebag.
He might be an honest sleazebag.
Wait, here. Thank you.
What's going on, Leo?
Oh, what are you doing here?
Agnes next door saw you being taken away in a police car. That's what I'm
just
doing.
leave it.
Now, what the hell's happening?
Excuse me. We'll be making further inquiries, Mr. McPhee. Thank you.
We'll see about that. Just leave it, Francis.
Leave it. I can't leave it.
More happy customers, eh?
Sit down.
No, look, that's fine. No problem. I can put her in room 3.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Listen, I'm not sure what's happening with finances at this stage. Mrs. Kaczynski doesn't have very much money on her.
Look, we can run up a tab and we'll sort out something later, eh?
Oh, that'd be great. We've already got one irate person in town wanting money from her. We've had a traumatic time.
Well, she must need a good sleep. Why don't you come upstairs and I'll show you your room?
Proszę pójść z tą panią na górę do swojego pokoju.
Here we are. You must be very tired. Tired?
Tired.
Yes. Your daughter?
Yes, the daughter.
Your daughter, she's very pretty.
Daughter.
Now, I know the photograph was taken a few years ago, and I can't be sure, but I still think I saw her in here a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we might have a more recent picture tomorrow.
I had this young bloke helping me in the kitchen over the school holidays, and I remember a mate of his came in with a girl who'd been visiting from overseas. I think it may well have been her.
What was she like?
Well, I only really said g'day to her, and she was, what, about 16, very sweet face, but I remember her seeming very uncomfortable.
Remember what night this was, Chris?
Oh, God, I don't know. Well, it was the end of school holidays. It was his second last night, so it was a Friday, and that makes it 27th.
Oh, do you remember the guy she was with?
No, I didn't know him. He was about 17 or 18, average height, short cropped hair.
Jason Barnes?
Yeah, McPhee.
Pardon?
Oh, he's booked a room for the night. Had a blue with his wife, bought a bottle of Black Douglas and scuttled upstairs. I think he's come down to soak the alcohol up.
Leo, you bastard! Ah, Skazinski! Oh.
It's a fine welcome to Australia.
Yeah, rough trot. Chris Riley's at the hospital with her now. Ivana's very impressed that she spent the night there, Maggie.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And the good news is Zoe said there's nothing to worry about. There's no concussion, just a few nasty bruises.
Did you have any luck getting hold of Francis McPhee?
Well, there's no answer at home. I left a message at the cosmetic company.
We're going to have to flush Leo out.
Sounds as though he'll have a major hangover. He's probably not too far away.
All right, you and Nick go over to Currawong Street, see if he's crawled home in disgrace.
What do you want now?
Mrs. McPhee would like to talk to your husband.
He's not here. I threw him out, and I've got nothing to do with any of this, so please go away.
Mrs. McPhee, would you mind if we had a quick look inside your house?
Yes, I would mind. I told you, Leo's not here.
All right, Nick, keep looking. See if you can find his car. Try the Imperial again.
Boss,
Mount Thomas Station back on channel.
photos of Danusha. Oh, and you might like to know that Stavros is parked across the street asleep in his cab.
Listen, I propose that we pay Stavros out of our social club money and get him out of our hair.
But that's our cappuccino money. Yeah, come on, boss. We've barely got enough money as it is.
I don't want to talk about it. We've got more important things to do. Make up a poster of these and help Rob do the rounds.
PJ? Yeah. Jason Barnes has got a dropped charge on his record for assault. Happened last year in St David's.
Jason's at work right now.
Where's he work, Mandy?
Does some part-time work at the supermarket.
Your mum and dad in?
No, they won't be back for another week or so.
What, are they on holidays?
Dad's out bush looking for work, Mum's in Ballarat. Well, and he's sick.
Mandy, there was something that I was wanting to ask you yesterday. It'll only take a minute. Do you mind?
Yeah, right.
Mandy, did Danusha ever talk to you about sex?
In what way?
You know, in the way that girls usually talk to each other about that kind of stuff.
Is that why you want to talk to Jason? Because he never had sex with her, if that's what you want to know.
Did Danusha tell you that?
Not sure.
Well, then what I'm wondering is how you can be so sure.
Look, he's my brother, okay? I know everything about him.
Yeah,
We're
Mandy,
close.
I've got brothers too. I know exactly what they're like.
I'll tell you something else. Danusha's a virgin and a tease. She needs to get used to the way we do things in Australia. She's not in Poland now.
Is that your opinion or Jason's?
Ask him.
Jason, mate, how well do you know of Danusha?
Oh, I hung out with her and Mandy over the holidays. Didn't do anything special. Well, I took him camping for a couple of days in National Park. No, showed Danny a bit of the bush.
When did you get back?
Friday, I think.
It'll be the 27th, right?
Suppose, yeah.
Afternoon, evening?
Evening. No, afternoon.
Did you go out that night?
No.
Jason, did you ever have sexual relations with Danusha?
Nah.
You ever fancy her?
Oh, she was okay. Bit up herself, but...
Yeah?
Well, no, big tease.
Well, she wouldn't come across.
No, not for me, no.
Mate, that make you angry?
Nah, just, disappointed. You know what it's like. Look, I'd love to help you, Mr. Hashem, but I have no idea where she is. Can I go now?
Well, Maggie's getting the name of that kid that worked for Chris over the holidays, see if it was Jason Danusha that went into the Imperial that Friday night.
It could have been just going in to say good day to his mate. It's not exactly a night out, is it?
What? Look, he said he didn't go anywhere. I just think it's worth taking a look around the house.
All right, you're still going to have to get his parents' permission first.
Mrs. Barnes is going to get back to us.
Rocket, how'd you go with the posters?
May have something. The young girl working in the Brown Owl Cafe reckons she saw Danusha at Will's Lookout with some bloke on the Friday night.
Will's Lookout, one of the favoured parking spaces. Oh, good. Look who's turned up, will you?
Good on you, mate. You got the notes in? Well done.
Mount Thomas Police Constable.
Look, Sergeant.
There's your grievances,
Yes,
Mr.
I'm
Stavros. There's your money.
I'll grab him for you.
Go about your
PJ,
business.
Mrs. Barnes and Lauren.
It's all there. Just get on your bike.
Yeah, what about all the
There you
money
go,
I've lost
Mr.
waiting
Barnes.
around fighting for my rights?
Adam's out, Stacey.
You don't know anyone that wants to ride back to Melbourne, do you?
Just go.
We could have a look around the house.
No, is there something I can help you with?
Would it be all right to leave a note for him?
What's the message? I'll pass it on.
Can you tell him that I'm going to the party straight away and to meet me there?
Right.
Oh, Stacey, Adam's out on OP tonight.
Yep.
No, he didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, well, he won't be back until at least after midnight.
Okay. Thanks.
Boss, Mrs. Barnes has given us the okay. We're going to have a look around the house, eh? Come
Yep.
It won't be much longer, Mrs. Barnes. Just one to go.
He's really a good boy, Mr. Hashem.
Excuse me, Jason. Yep.
PJ.
Danusha Mazena Kaczynski.
Danusha asked me to look after it for her. Put it there so it'll be safe.
Yeah, with your prized possessions, mate.
They're just magazines.
Well, have you fun and chuck them away, is that it?
No.
Where's Danusha, Jason?
Who knows?
Just answer the questions, son.
And I'd start answering them truthfully if I were you, mate, because we know that you're prone to the odd pork pie.
I haven't lied.
Yeah? Well, you said you were home that Friday night, and I've got two people that saw you out, one at the Imperial and the other at Will's Lookout. And both of them said you were with a girl that looked very much like Danusha Kaczynski.
Yeah, well, we dropped by the pub for a moment, to catch up with a mate. Oh, Danny didn't have any alcohol.
Glad to hear that, Jason, but that's not why we're here.
Well then, I took her for a drive up to Will's Lookout.
Oh, let's show her a bit of the bush.
Yeah.
Mate, come on.
Look, I only wanted to kiss her.
That it?
What?
Well, what happened after the kiss?
Nothing happened. She didn't want to. She didn't even want me to touch her, so I didn't.
What? Come on.
She got out of the car, I got out too. We stood there for a minute. Danny liked the smell of the bush. Then we got back into the car, and I drove us home. That's it. Fair dinkum.
You know what, Jason? Mate, I think you got a bit of a temper.
I drove her home.
You got a witness?
Yep. My sister.
Yeah, they both came back home. Jason was pretty normal, but Danny was pissed off.
Maddie?
Pretty annoyed about something.
Mandy, did you ask her why she was upset?
Nah, I told her she just gets in those moods.
Go on.
Then Jason went into his room and Danny went into ours. She was asleep when I went to bed.
And you say that she was gone the next morning when you woke up, which was Saturday the 28th?
Yep, and so was all her stuff.
Well, we found her passport in Jason's room. Did you know that he had it?
She asked Jason if he put it somewhere safe.
Hey, Maddie, how come you didn't go out that night? After all, it was a Friday night.
Just didn't.
Oh, well, she's definitely holding something back.
Well, she wasn't even home.
And she's fiercely loyal to her brother.
Really? And Mrs. Barnes definitely wasn't home that night?
No. I'll get crime scene to do a search of Will's Lookout and get the VES to check out Jason's car.
See if you can find someone who can confirm whether Mandy was at home that Friday night.
Yeah, righto.
I'm going to go down to the hospital and see Ivana, let her know that Danusha's been sighted recently.
Thank you.
We'll find out what's happened to Danusha very soon.
Danusha. Soon.
Yes.
I've just had a call from Celia Donald responding to the poster. She saw Danusha on the Saturday morning having coffee with Leo McPhee.
There's still no sign of him, boss. We're just trying to see if he caught a ride out of town.
Try his house again. Stress to Mrs. McPhee that we can
Yeah, rightio.
He'd know better than to come back here. If I see him, I'll ring you.
Mrs. McPhee, we understand how inconvenient this is for you, but we'd really appreciate if we could have a look around.
We can get a warrant if we have to.
All right, come in.
Thanks very much. Mike, get you to the house. I'll do the backyard. Blokes in the sheds, that Leah.
Look, the bloody woman was badgering me. She was carrying on in Polish or whatever it is. I mean, I couldn't understand a bloody word she was on about.
So you pushed her down the stairs?
I didn't push her down the bloody stairs. I had to go to the bathroom. I just sort of shoved her aside a bit.
Down the stairs? You'll be charged with recklessly causing injury. Now, is there anything you'd like to say in answer to this charge?
Look, I'd had a skinful.
Moving on to the next point, Mr. McPhee. We understand that you met with Danusha Kaczynski at a cafe on the day she went missing. Saturday the 28th.
Oh, for God. Look, I don't know where the girl is. I've told you that.
Did you meet with her on that day or not?
She called me after breakfast, yes. I agreed to have a coffee with her. End of story.
Well, why'd you meet with her?
Well, she was probably lonely. I don't know. We just sort of chatted and... we were friends, and that's the truth.
Did she want something? Money, for instance?
No.
Did she want to move back into your house?
No.
Did she threaten to tell your wife what you've been up to?
I never touched her.
That's right, you only washed her back. Why don't you tell us the truth, Mr. McPhee? Why did you agree to meet her?
I thought she might want to come back to our place. I mean, she always enjoyed it there. And she was always welcome.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm the boss's favourite. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm the big pineapple. Where do you think you're going?
We're doing the IP tonight, Nick.
Oh, right, that one. The groovy young couple out shopping for marinated artichokes and baked feta cheese after hours.
I hate artichokes, they taste like rubber.
Well, mate, the country life obviously suits you, Adam. Simpler the better.
Anyway, I'm off. I've got to look like a married woman.
You've got to be married to Cooper, have you? Well, just make sure his bib's off and you wipe his chin every 10 minutes.
Wait, did you go with the bank?
The SCA do put an allowance in at the end of each month, and Denisha withdrew the last total amount, and that was paid in on the 27th.
And she left the McPhee's on the Saturday, which was the day after that.
Crime scene have found some torn cloth with traces of blood on it at Will's Lookout. I'll have a blood group tomorrow.
I'll get on to Force Response Unit, organise a line search of the area.
Maybe we should ask her mother what her blood group is.
Oh, let's try the Student Exchange Association first. They'd keep details on things like that. There's no point in upsetting Ivana if we're not sure that it's bad news. Hey, Adam. Artichokes.
Oh, yum.
They should have taken in.
They might just as well resurrect Wally Grant.
They should. They should take a big pineapple. Hey, speaking of Tubby Taylor, Chris, this is a lovely piece of rump you've got here.
Well, it's Porterhouse, actually. How's everything going?
Oh, it's delicious. You're a champion. Just like...
Come on, Ivana, eat up, build up your strength.
Proszę jej jeść, pani Kozińska, pani musi mieć dużo energii.
Hey, Rocket, what did Ivana do back in Poland?
Accountant for appliance factory. Been there 20 years. Worked her way up from the floor.
And Danusha's dad?
He was killed during the Solidarity struggles.
Oh, come on, PJ, eat up. Do you hear what Chris said?
Ivana was saying at the hospital this morning that Danusha needs really good English to get a good job there these days.
How do the wages compare there with here?
Oh, Stacey.
Hi.
Hi,
Stacey. How Stace?
I'm good. I'm looking for Dash. I'm going to a Tupperware party in Adam Pite. I thought she might want to come.
Well, Constable McKinley's actually on an OP with Adam, Stacey.
I'm so bored.
I'd rather be in the pub too.
Hey, how many of these do you think it would take to fill up a wading pool?
That makes about 500 mils. A wading pool would be about 36 litres, about 60.
Yeah, I'm making that up, you Dad.
Yes,
so if
I
we
am.
got all of these flavours,
Yeah.
then we'd probably just have enough.
What are you talking about?
for the new jelly
Oh,
recipes.
right, okay. Well, then we're going to need some oil as
Ooh,
well.
canola, baby.
And maybe some
Treacle,
golden...
treacle.
Oh, no, check this out. Chocolate indulgence.
Ooh, more than a sauce.
I can't believe you do this to me, Adam. You don't tell me you're working overtime. I have to find out from your boss, and then I find out you're with her.
Stace, we're just mucking around. It's just work.
It's always work. And it always has something to do with her, doesn't it?
Adam, the purse.
So you had a big night. You missed your thief and you missed your Tupperware party.
McKinley, Cooper.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable, short speak. Hey, wait a tick. PJ?
Yeah?
Missing persons.
Tomo. See Detective Hasham.
Missing persons have found a girl's body.
Grupa poszukiwawcza znalazła ciało dziewczyny.
Rob, sorry, the SEA have confirmed Danusha's blood type. It's the same type as that found out at Will's Lookout.
Stwierdzono, że grupa krwi tej dziewczyny jest podobna do grupy krwi znalezionej dziewczyny odpowiada grupie krwi pani córki, ale proszę się nie denerwować, to jeszcze nic nie znaczy.
Does Danusha have any distinguishing features, like a birthmark that we could use to identify her?
Czy ona ma jakieś znaki na ciele? Rozpoznać.
What about any specialist dental work, like caps on her teeth?
Jakieś koronki na sztuczne. She doesn't have it.
This isn't her.
No, ona nie ma, proszę się uspokoić, to nie jest ona, bo ta dziewczyna...
So it isn't Danusha.
Right, well, Mandy and a mate of hers went night clubbing that Friday night. They didn't get home till Saturday lunchtime.
So they both lied?
So what's going on, Mandy?
Danusha was being a bitch.
In what way?
She was just so stuck up about everything. Nothing in Australia was good enough for her. You know what's this thing floating in the toilet? Know what it was?
Tell us.
Part of a Vegemite sandwich. She didn't like it, so she tried to flush it down the toilet. Is that gross or what?
Didn't like Vegemite sandwiches. Criminal offence, isn't it, Doyle? You lied to us, didn't you, eh? About being home that Friday night, didn't you lie to us?
I'm just telling you that Danusha played games.
Go on.
And she played games with Jason. I didn't like it, so I stuck up for him.
Get out of it. You lied for him, didn't you?
What sort of games did you play with Jason, Mandy?
She led him on, made him think he was in with a chance, then turned around and played the I'm from Poland, we don't do things like that. Just that sucky I'm a virgin thing.
And that made Jason angry, did it?
I'm not saying he was angry. It just bugged me. I don't think Jason should get blamed for something he didn't do just because Danusha's a suck.
You lied for him.
Okay, I wasn't home that night.
Everything I said about Will's Lookout is the truth.
Yeah, what happened afterwards, Jason? Did you take her home?
No, I left her there.
You left her at the lookout?
Yeah, well, she wouldn't get back in the car. So I thought, stuff her, she can walk home.
So why didn't you tell us this before?
Because of the other hassle I had.
Oh, the assault charge.
Yeah, but it wasn't really an assault.
Well, what was it?
Oh, come on, I'm just trying to say, all right? Because of that, I thought I might cop the blame for Danusha going missing. I didn't do anything to her. I swear to God.
So which one of them is more likely to have done something to the girl?
Well, I'm still not sure. Well, both Leo and Jason fancied her, right? Now, one of them's a young kid with out-of-control hormones and a bit of a temper. And the other one's a sleazebag who's also got a temper. And both of them have lied.
But neither of them stands out as the obvious choice.
Well, I'm starting to lean towards Jason. Well, if he's got nothing to hide...
Well, Leo's is still examining his car.
Here you go.
When I was throwing out the rest of Leo's things, I found this in one of his drawers. It's in Polish, I think. It's been opened, but I thought you should have it.
The letter's dated Saturday the 28th, the day Danusha left the Banzes. She describes how difficult it's been for her since she arrived here. How things have happened she feels she couldn't talk about. It's why she didn't phone. She makes mention of Leo's attentions.
Attentions?
Yeah. She says how uneasy he made her feel. She wanted to tell Francis McPhee, but couldn't. So she moved to the Banzes.
same thing happened with Jason.
And when she tried to talk to Mandy about it, she didn't want to know. Of course, sided with her brother. Danusha was left with no one. Reading between the lines, she felt very alone and isolated. Says she felt threatened by both men. Doesn't say how. She ends the letter saying, "I wish you were here, Mama, but I couldn't face you. I've let you down. I'm sorry."
We're dealing with a suicide here.
I don't know, boss. We should get them both in.
Why did you stash that letter in your drawer, Leo? Were you concerned that maybe Danusha might have suicided, might have topped herself? Hey, is that it?
No, the last time I saw Danusha at the coffee shop, she left the letter behind.
Or maybe you were hiding the evidence, eh? Maybe you buried her in a little shallow grave.
No, look, I was going to post it for her. Then I thought if I took it home, maybe she'd come back and get it. And I could see her again.
Jason, did you realise how much trauma you put that girl through?
It's not my fault. She's a stuck-up cow.
For all we know, this girl's gone out to kill herself because of the way you treat her.
She left the McPhees because she was sexually harassed, Jason. She came to your family's home because she thought she'd be okay. She was obviously wrong.
Yeah, well, she never told us that, did she?
Because you didn't make it very easy for her, did you?
Did you go looking for Danusha, mate? Did you go looking for Danusha? You wanted to blame her, didn't you? You wanted to blame her for your wife chucking you out.
No, I told you, I don't know anything.
Huh?
The force response unit have found a crucifix in the national park. Ivana's positively identified it as Danusha's.
Danusha! Danusha!
Pani Kozińska musiała chwileczkę zaczekać.
It's close.
Airborne on West about Thomas 501. Located the vehicle down by the river. Probably worth a look at.
Save that.
It's okay, now you'll be alright. It's okay, it's alright. It's alright, you'll be okay.
Pani uważa!
Danusia! Mamusia! Mamusia! Moje dziecko! Moje dziecko! Moja córeczka, córeczki moje. Boże, dziękuję Ci. Boże, dziękuję Ci.
You'll be out of here very soon, Danusha. You'll have all the ponchki you can eat.
I am very lucky. I was not thinking to see my mother for a long time.
Danusha, can you tell us what happened to make you go and live in the bush?
After I moved with the bands, Jason, he want to root me. Is not the right word?
It's the perfect word.
after Leo, I start to think there is something I am doing that makes them be that way. I am studiesche.
Ashamed.
I feel I betray my mother. I just want to hide from the world.
Her other main problem was money. When she moved to the Barnes' house, she gave Mrs. Barnes her monthly allowance just to help out. So after that night at Will's Lookout,
Oh, the big-tongued Sambo from Jason.
Oh, thank you, Cooper.
she was pretty broke.
Yeah, well, she set up the meeting with Leo McPhee because she wanted to move back there. Well, he wasn't molesting her, but his sleazing got to her and she headed off to the park.
Then she went to the supermarket with a couple of dollars she had to buy some food, saw the purses and thought, why not? So what's going to happen to her?
She'll be receiving a caution, but I doubt if she'll reoffend.
What'd she say she was doing with the money?
Saving it, mate. Saving it.
Hoping it'll eventually buy her a ticket to freedom.
I just want to say goodbye to Ivana and Danusha. Come on.
All right. One drink.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's go.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to tell him that too.
Dash is here. You don't need me now. I'm going to go upstairs.
And thank you for the past few days. It's been rewarding.
And you've got a new live-in nanny for your little girls.
Worked out pretty well, huh? Danusha seems pleased. My wife's repped. And my old mum will be over the moon to have someone to reminisce about the old country with.
And when's Ivana going back?
I invited her to our house for the weekend. And after that, she'll go back to Poland.
Well, the SEA are going to try and get a partial refund on her fare.
Oh, that's great. So they should. Look at my payment.
That's lovely. I think it would have suited Stavros a bit better.
Oh. She wouldn't take no for an answer.
Of course, she's Polish.
Yeah.
How you doing, Danusha? You good? Ivana, how are you?
We have come to say thanks. From my mother and from myself for your zaopieka.
Care.
Yes, care.
Thank you. Dziękuję. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate.